What is up, YouTube? What time is it? Invicta Russian Diver time. Thanksgiving. Gonna talk some baseball cards. Joey brings it. Coming to you live from Cali. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I just got done spending some quality time with the family. We did it our own way. No turkey. Santa Maria style barbecue. Tri-tip. If you guys have never tried tri-tip, look it up on YouTube. Man, the best. You will not regret it. Check it out. Tri-tip. Went to a really cool card show, LA area. It's called the Frank and Sons Collectible Show. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been there. Really, really fun time. Took my two boys. Baseball cards, football cards, comics, collectibles, posters, games, toys, vintage toys. My kids went crazy with the Pokemon cards, with the Five Nights at Freddy's toys. It was a blast. About 150, 200 vendors. A really good time. Food, grub, free. We just walk right in. No cover charge. But I was able to pick up some cool vintage baseball cards. First one that I got. Amazing deal. It's going to go to the 300 Great Baseball Cards by Mike Payne, set registry, 1953 Topps. New York Yankees, number 7. The Mickey Mantle in raw form. Check it out, guys. This card was hidden underneath a row, not underneath, it was kind of like staggered, a row of 53 Topps cards. Probably nobody was interested in 53 Topps that day. Dealer said it had been really, really slow for him. But I saw it. I didn't let him know that I saw it. I told the guy, yeah, it's the end of the day. I got $100 left. Let's see, you have some nice cards. Let's see if we can make some kind of a deal for something here. He said, yeah, I need the gas money. Let's make a deal. And about 15 minutes later, I pulled this one out. Had a price tag, $150. And I was able to get it for $100. I rarely talk price, but this was like a little gamble that I took. One of two things is going to happen with this card. I'm going to send it into PSA. Whoops. And it's either going to get an altered because there's a big crease that just goes right down the middle right here. You can barely see it. Or it's going to come back altered trimmed. Even if it gets an A after I grade it with the grading fees and so forth, I think it's going to be a good investment in the sense that I'm not going to really risk a lot of money. If I get lucky, and I looked the card over really, really well to, try to make it seem like, I'm not really sure, I don't know, there's a big crease in it. But I looked it over really, really closely, and it does not look altered in any way. It looks like it's an original card. I measured it to a couple of other ones he had there. It's the right size. I think it's going to get a PSA 1. And if it were to get a PSA 1, I'm going to be way ahead of the game. Beautiful Mickey Mantle card. Let me see if I can get into the lighting. You guys can see that crease. It's not a perfect card by any means. There is a big surface crease on there. It does not go all the way through the back of the card. It just runs all the way through there. There are also two smaller creases, kind of like lightning, that come right down through the cap but end where the bill is. So they're really light. They do not go through the back, but they're there, and it makes a card not a very high grade card. It actually makes it a very low grade card. Let me change this channel here. But I'm not in this for the investment. I talked to a lot of my friends here in town that collect baseball cards with me. Half of them are really into investing with high quality cards. They're the type of guys that they have 6 cards in their collection. They're each worth $1,000. High grade vintage cards. I'm not that. I'm not an investor. I'm a collector. I would much rather have 60 cards that are worth a combined $1,000 instead of the 6 that are worth $1,000 each. That's what makes me happy, to have a big array of different cards. I try to pick wisely, to purchase wisely, cards that are not going to go down in value. I don't buy the new stuff. I don't go for these new refractors and stuff because I don't know much about it. I just know vintage. That's what I grew up with. That's what I stick to. And so far, every vintage card that I've purchased has held value. A lot of them have held, went up, but I'm not going to get hurt that way. And it brings me so much enjoyment. Here's the back of that card. Man, I'm just so excited to get this Mickey Mantle card in my collection. I've been eyeing it for a long time. The price is just crazy. A lot of you that keep track of the prices of these vintage cards, especially in high grade, through the roof lately. I mean, it's actually scary because they're not worth that much money. It's a temporary thing. But I'm not going to pay that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money to pay for this card in a PSA 7 or 8. But I can pay $100 for it. And look at the centering on that. And for a low grade card, look at the corners. It's pretty good corners. They're pretty decently 4 square corners. There's a little bit of surface issue right here on the side. I don't know if you can pick that up with my trusty iPhone camera here. You can't see a whole lot. Little white showing on the corner down here. But the big issues is that giant crease that goes right down the middle. Let me see if you can pick it up. Regardless, the eye appeal, the way this card looks to me, I mean, look at that portrait of the Mick. Beautiful card, gorgeous. It's going to make me happy, and that's why I bought the card. Whether it grades an A, whether it grades a 1, just having this in my collection, man, I am so super happy. Let me know what you guys think about what I think and how I collect. I know we all have different opinions, but hey, you know, that's what it's about. Let's talk about the hobby. Let's talk about the different ways of collecting, you know, what you guys think are the pros and cons and so forth. And let's keep having fun with the hobby. Here's another pickup that I did. All my pickups were raw this time. I did it old school style, hunting for good cards at good prices, the way it used to be back in the 80s. Check this out. 300 great baseball cards of Payne. Boom. 1952 Topps. Scooter, New York Yankees. Phil Rizzuto. Nice looking card. This one is actually in much better condition than the Mickey Mantle card. The centering is really nice. A little bit off top to bottom, but a lot of these 52 Topps cards are. You know, that's the way it is. There's a little bit of a corner issue right here and one small wrinkle right there on the side. You know, half a centimeter. But, like I said, look at the visual, look at the eye appeal of this card. The color pops. There's no problems with registration. Man, the centering is really nice. This card, is it going to grade a PSA 7 or 8? No. This card, when I send it in, is probably going to grade a 2, maybe a 2.5, maybe a 3 on a good day. But to me, that's what it's all about. I don't go for the grades. I go for cards that I can just sit there looking at and enjoy looking at them. And this is definitely going to fit right into that. Low grade, but very good eye appeal. The back, oh man, flawless. No staining, no wrinkles, no writing. It's going to grade a 2, 2.5 and fit right into my collection. 300 great baseball cards by Mike Payne. Another card that I got, raw. Let me change the channel here. 1965 Topps Hall of Famer Jim Catfish Hunter rookie in the raw form. Now this starts getting a little bit different for me. Now we're getting into the 60s cards. 60s cards, I start to be a little more, you know, what's the word? Like a card snob, picky. Now I'm looking for a little bit better condition. Look at the centering, really nice. The white borders, there's no creases. Sharp corners. Rookie Hall of Fame card. Is this going to grade a PSA 8? No. I'm not going to pay $500 for this card. They're too common. It doesn't make any sense to, in my opinion. This, when I grade it, it's probably going to grade 5.5, maybe a 6 on a good day. But look at the card. To an untrained eye, to just someone, you know, that's just looking at it, you know, to enjoy the card, this looks like a near mint to mint card. Even though I know it's not, but gorgeous card. It's going to grade nicely, I'm pretty sure. Look at the back, pretty good centering on the back. A little bit off color on the bottom. But like I said, this is not a PSA 8. This is going to be a PSA 5.5. That's what I'm banking on. Going to fit right into my collection. Gorgeous card, great eye appeal, and I get to get a lot of cards for the money. Final card of the day that I got, Raw Form, another 300 Great Baseball Cards by Mike Payne, Hall of Famer, 1976, Topps, George Brett. Check it out. One of my favorite players for sure, the era. Really decently centered. Those of you who know, and I know there's some guys on here on YouTube that know, this card is notoriously very, very difficult to find centered. If you find a very, very nice one centered PSA 8, you're looking at $400. I'm not the type of guy that spends $400 on a recent card like this. It's too new. There's too many of them. That's just not what I do. This card in this condition, four decently sharp corners, decently centered. The eye appeal amazing. No creases, no writing. Check it out. The back, EX. The dealer graded it EX, $12. I got it for 10. I'm not going to pay $400 for this in a PSA 8. I'm going to pay $10 for this card that's going to grade a PSA 5. But at the end of the day, I have the card. I get to enjoy it. I get to add it to my registry. Perfect card of this amazing hitter, George Brett, Kansas City Royals, third base, Hall of Famer. Awesome. So those are the 4 cards that I got at the Frank & Sons Collectible Show. Let me show you guys. Take a quick peek at them again. George Brett, Catfish Hunter, Phil Rizzuto, and the Mick. Very, very cool. So much fun hunting these down. Went back to old school style, hunting them down, raw form, one by one, dealer by dealer, table by table. And this is the one, the Mick. All right, guys, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a good time making it. Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. All right, Joey brings it. Peace. See you guys.